Yo, what's good, family? It's the P1 Low. So welcome back to another video here. First thing, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe if you're new around here. We're gonna be talking about the WWE Raw for February 14th, Valentine's Day. Hopefully, you guys had a good Valentine's Day. And yeah, man, check out all the social medias down below. Let's get straight into it. Pat McAfee show had Brock Lesnar as a guest today, a few hours before Raw went on the air, and it was a really good interview. One thing that stood out though that a lot of people were tweeting about was that Brock Lesnar said, quote, the young generation thinks that if they go out and do a certain move and do it over and over, but that's not business, end quote. What he was talking about was just the overall business and how everything is the way it is. He talked about his relationship with Dana White, with Vince McMahon. He talked about his the way that he doesn't see himself retiring so long as the money keeps coming in, and how he's been very fortunate to have the life that he's had. Really humble interview, in my opinion. He also did a really good Stone Cold Steve Austin per impression. That's the word I was looking for. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and talk about Raw tonight. We'll do like ratings, comments, things like that. I'll try to be quick though, just because I know a lot of you want to get the hell up out of here, and that's okay. First things first, we kick off with Bobby Lashley coming out, and he's talking about how he's gonna win. It's absurd that he's got to defend his title in the chamber. Blah blah blah. Little by little, people come out one by one, interrupting him. First being Seth Rollins wearing that suit. He says, I've got some bad. He was doing like a good news, bad news type of promo, and it was pretty funny at the beginning. He's like, you look sharp tonight, Bobby, just not as sharp as me. He said, good news is you're WWE champion. Bad news is after the Elimination Chamber, I'm going to be WWE champion. So it's pretty good. Then Riddle comes out with his toga on, goes on a tangent about something. You know how Riddle's promos are. He talks for like 37 years about nothing, but it was still funny. And he invited them to his broga tonight. Anyways, then we have Austin Theory coming out. He says he's the prodigy of Vince McMahon. Blase, blase. Now, there was one specific quote that AJ said, quote, your lips have been on Mr. McMahon's for so long, you're not making sense anymore. I posted this actual clip on my TikTok with the actual wording and things like that if you guys want to go check it out. But honestly, man, Styles, funny. Now, one thing that I noticed, though, was that as he was walking to the ring, he almost froze up. Like, he got to the ring, or like to the stairs right before you walk up into the ring, and he stopped for a second. And then he kept going, and I was like, did he forget his lines? Like, was that improv? Like, what was going on? Anyways, solid opening so far. Seth Rollins was annoyed when Riddle came out. Seth Rollins was annoyed with damn near everyone that came out. He was even, except for AJ Styles, he seemed to like him. It was funny because the reactions that Seth was having towards everyone's interest was pretty cool. Like, he was like singing AJ's theme song and like getting into it and stuff. Like, it was pretty cool. Like they're letting him be a bit more like, well, he's been himself more lately. And that was pretty cool. Next, Cowboy Lesnar comes out, or Cowboy Brock as they want to call him. Let me know which one you think sounds better, Cowboy Brock or Cowboy Lesnar. Anyways, he comes out doing his thing. He walks around the ring, you know what I mean? He does a bow to the crowd, pretty funny. This version of Brock has been great, facts. The way Riddle jumps makes me laugh so hard. The Brock party was back. This was savage. Okay, so he comes to the ring. He takes off his coat and his hat, and he puts it on Austin Theory. Bro, when I tell you I was dying, I was dying. It was funny, okay? The next thing you know, he gets in Lashley's face. Austin Theory tries to jump him, and it didn't end well. He took his ass to Suplex City, hit him with an F5. And again, my thoughts on this opening segment, right? We'll just be quick. 7 out of 10. There should have been more physicality. I feel like if this is your going away angle for the Elimination Chamber, PLE, Premium Live Event as they're called now, it was good enough promo-wise, I guess, because Lashley also kind of dug into everybody. But the champion didn't look strong leaving the promo. Lesnar stood atop of everyone, which I guess is fine, but they could have had, him decimate, or not really decimate, but like fight off everyone except Lashley, and then him and Lashley have like a stare down, and then they go into like, who's gonna be champion when you leave Chamber next, and then they like leave or something. They could have done something that route. Or again, I'm not a booker, I don't know too much about it, but long story short, they should have just done a bit more physicality. It just wasn't my cup of tea, in my opinion, and I don't know how else to explain it. Anyways, funniest thing, he took a freaking selfie with Austin Theory after he decimated him. I was dying, and there's my reaction right there. 8 likes, not too bad. Um, but yeah, Austin Theory also took a selfie while he was wearing Bob. I was about to call him Cowboy Bob. I'm bugging. Cowboy Brock's hat and coat. It was pretty funny as well. Good moments overall. Ciampa shows up when Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode, take on the Street Profits. Now, it was great to see. Made Ciampa look a little weak, but again, they're just trying to put more eyes on NXT. I can respect this. I like this. They did the same thing with the guy that AJ Styles was facing, which for some odd reason, Grayson Waller. There we go. Every time I record, I forget people's names, and that's quite pathetic because I'm trying to be a good YouTuber here, and I'm trash. But again, more eyes on NXT is never a bad thing, especially when Ciampa's there. I like Ciampa. He's one of my favorites, one of the OGs, one of the last of a dying breed of the black and gold. But yeah, he threw water on him. Pretty cool. Anyways, the match goes on. The Dirty Dogs wind up picking the W there. And then, of course, the Broga party begins. He asks Queen Zelina, where's Randy Orton? She says, we didn't invite him, blah, blah, blah. Randy Orton's like, damn. Then, of course, they start chilling, having a party. He talks about how he's going to face Seth Rollins tonight. They honor Rocky Johnson again with another video package. Well, the same video package from last week. Kevin Owens, this is the part that I wanted to talk about a little bit more. So Kevin Owens was cutting a promo last week about how much he loved Texas and he, blah, blah, blah. He said, I lied. I really hate Texas. If there's one good thing about not being a WrestleMania, it means I will have to compete in Dallas, Texas. This is obviously setting up for potentially Stone Cold, which there's rumors right now that Stone Cold could be having a one-off at WrestleMania. No word. Like, people are saying it's a match, but it might just be one of those, like, squash type of things. Or maybe it will be an actual match. Who the hell knows? Yeah, there we go. So, he could be coming out, handling his business. But I would like to see a more actual program if that was the case. Even if it is like a 5-minute match, have a few promos before they go into Mania. I think that would be pretty sweet. Just my 2 cents. Anyways, that's a funny picture. All right, moving on. AJ Styles versus Damian Priest for the U.S. title. I was very pissed off about this match. 0 out of 10. Why? The match was literally 5 freaking minutes long. Oh, and for my rating for the tag team match, they did good with everything. 7 out of 10. They put eyes on NXT 2.0, but they made Ciampa look a little too weak. Yeah, I already spoke about it. Anyway, this match, I'm not even going to give it a rating. The match was literally 5 minutes long. Damian Priest won by roll-up, or like, not really a roll-up, but like hold on. See if I can find the video here. I can't find it. It was like a type of... It was kind of like a roll-up, but not... Whatever. Anyways, point being, the match was literally like freaking 5 minutes long, okay? You don't disrespect AJ Styles like that. You don't even disrespect your U.S. champion like that. If you want people to care more about your freaking titles, you got to give them more time. And now I understand. The women's gauntlet match needs time, right? Like, it was like 50 minutes long and blah, blah, blah. Or 55 or whatever the hell, however long it was. Regardless, I'm really happy the women had a great long match tonight. They did not need to give the freaking U.S. title match 5 minutes. If that was the case, they should have just said, hey, you know what? We're going to reschedule this for next Monday. Say because AJ was getting ready for the match or something, make it something believable. Then have Damian Priest squash somebody else quick to make him look strong for what winds up, whatever happens after AJ leaves the chamber, and then he would technically have something to do for that Monday. I don't like it because now it looks like he has no momentum going into the chamber match. Made AJ Styles look weak. What are you doing? Even if he puts Damian Priest over, that's fine, but make it credible because he is a former champion, former top guy, or yeah, like AJ Styles is beloved. All right. You know what I mean? Like, my name is literally named after him, like the phenomenal One Loso. Like, come on. That's my guy. He's one of my favorites. All right. If not my favorite. You got to do better. You got to do better. Nothing against Damian Priest. He's a good competitor as well. And the fact that he's been losing recently kind of annoyed me as well. But he won tonight, which is okay. but the whole disqualification crap that they did with him recently and all that stuff, didn't like it. Um, but like I was saying, the 5 minute match did not need to happen. We're done talking about it. Let's move on. Alexa Bliss has another therapy thing here. He brings out the original Lily, and he hands it to her. He says, this is your original Lily, supposedly the one that Charlotte destroyed with the pieces and everything. He gives it to her, and long story short, if you want to see more clips about it, just look at my TikTok. Omos comes out and fights. For whatever reason, they called it on the Titantron the Hurt Business, but they're not. It's just Cedric and Shelton. They are a tag team together, but they're not the Hurt Business anymore. Like Bobby and MVP technically kicked them. So my understanding was that the Hurt Business was no longer a thing. It is what it is. Omos squashed them just like that. 2.2. Okay. Next thing we have is Dana Brooke and Reggie. Of course, Reggie got friend zone here, so R-Truth pulled up. This was pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie to you, but yeah, R-Truth pulls up and was like, yeah, maybe Cupid don't like the friend zone, and then Dana Brooke loses her title to Reggie. So Reggie is now the 2-time 24/7 champ, or 3-time, whatever. Can't be worse than R-Truth, or can't be better than R-Truth. R-Truth is literally a 69-time freaking 24/7 7-Eleven I-95 South hardcore champion. Then we have the Lita and Becky Lynch segment. I enjoyed this segment. The 24/7 segment, I'm going to give that a 6 out of 10. But the segment with Becky, phenomenal. Reason being, Becky literally looked like she was stressed the hell out beyond belief. Like, look at this. She literally looked like, like she was getting handled in the back by Seth. And then she comes out. She looked like she hasn't slept in like weeks. It's a bit more believable when she was giving her promo, stating that, long story short, she didn't want to put Lita down, but she will if she had to. It was just a good segment overall for me. I'm going to give this... I really don't have any complaints with this, actually. So 10 out of 10. Because they both came with the heat. Specifically, Becky. Becky's been doing some of her best promo work since she turned heel. That was literally my reaction to the U.S. Championship match. But basically, she says, you're pushing me, Lita, to a point I don't want to go to, and I don't think I can come back from. And then Lita says, the only thing on Saturday night is your the only thing ending on Saturday night is your 500-day title reign when I become Raw Women's Champion, which technically isn't 500, but because she technically didn't lose the title and gave it up, they're continuing the title reign versus having her just start over. I'm not continuing it. She won the title at SummerSlam. There's no way it's been 500 days yet. I'm not stupid. You're not stupid watching this. You're a genius. It is what it is. Good contract signing from both. 10 out of 10. Let me know if you guys agree or not. That's okay if you don't. And then again, look how she walks away. It was just great overall. All right. Now, we don't know who the 6th woman is as of right this very moment, but I'm going to tell you later on in the video. Stay tuned. Now, we have Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Doudrop, and Nikki Ash in a gauntlet match. Rhea Ripley kicks things off against Nikki Ash. I thought it was another repeat match, which it technically was, but it is what it is. Rhea Ripley beats Nikki Ash to no one's surprise. Liv Morgan comes out next looking all fine. She beats Liv Morgan. Then Doudrop comes out. That was actually a pretty solid contest because of how she beat Doudrop. Yeah, she hits the riptide right here. Pow! Hold that. Then Bianca Belair comes out, I guess. Don't get me wrong. Bianca Belair is athletic. She's a phenomenal competitor. She's great. I just don't like her her wrestling character. You know what I mean? Like, outside of the ring, I'm sure she's a great girl. Like, she's sweet, whatever. But as a fan of her specifically, I am not. I just don't like the Ratchet character thing. I think that's like kind of played out at this point, in my opinion. And I won't be shy of that. I don't really care. She goes on to beat Rhea Ripley. So technically, since they're not announcing the 6th competitor in this match, Bianca's technically going to come out last because that's what they were fighting for. They hugged it out, whatever. Matt sings a song and does an homage to a specific show. Let's see if I can find it here. Yeah. So that's it. Moving on from that, this segment was also funny as hell. 10 out of 10. The women's match carried the entire Raw show. I don't care what anybody says. 10 out of 10. There were a few little minor things here and there, but Rhea Ripley was in the match for like 45 minutes. They definitely made her MVP of the match, if not of the night, in my opinion. She's MVP of the night. Next, we have the Mysterios versus the Alpha Academy with Miz and Maurice on commentary. So, let's go ahead and get past all this. But yeah, like I was saying, Reggie won the title. Chad comes out, cuts another really great promo. 10 out of 10 on the promo as well, just because he's been doing some of his best work in the last couple of weeks. I've enjoyed Chad Gable always, but the fact that he's getting acknowledged now finally, I don't want to see him lose the titles anytime soon if it means he gets more mic time and more time to show his creative side and his funny side, his character. Like, he's just a good dude overall. And then having that muscle in the back of Otis just makes it even better. That's just me. Anyways, they go on to have the match. Miz winds up getting involved. Double 619 hold that. And it costs basically the Mysterios the match. Alpha Academy wins by doing a roll-up on Dom. And, yeah. Final therapy session. He gives Lily to Alexa. As you can see, she's fully changed there. Shakes hands. She's out. Now, let me ask you this. Do you guys think if she ever loses Lily that she'll become Lily? Do you guys think she's still the evil goddess kind of, but like a modified version of like a hybrid with the goddess? Do you guys think she still has all those weird powers because she technically still possesses Lily? He made it very clear. One thing that I like that the therapist said was, make sure Lily's always with you. And then he went on to say, you know, if for whatever reason she wasn't, things can get really, really bad. So I'll leave that up to interpretation. She's the 6th woman in the chamber match. God damn. The freaking green screen just fell on me and I got scared. I'm not going to lie, it scared the crap out of me. Anyways, moving on. They also added another match to the match here, to the matches. Rey Mysterio versus The Miz. And with that addition, I think we have a complete card now for the Elimination Chamber. Yeah. So just a quick recap, okay? Because this lineup is pretty stacked. This will most likely be the main event. And then we have the Elimination Chamber for the men. Winner of this match will go on to face nobody because they'll be WWE Champion. They, whoever the hell they want to face, I guess, or whoever the storyline dictates it. Or maybe they'll go on and face Roman for a unification title match if he winds up winning. Or technically he could win and then he still has a match with Roman. Then he can add himself to that match and make it title for title. Or he could win and go on to face Edge. Or he could go on to win and face Randy Orton. Or you're not going to win. Yeah. Becky versus Lita. This match, which was added on Friday. We are going to have Ronda and Naomi versus the SmackDown Women's Champion, Charlotte Flair and Sonya Deville. Is that really it? I could have sworn there was more matches. I feel like I got debated. Oh, duh. Then we have the Women's Chamber match. I'm going Alexa Bliss or Rhea all the way. We have Drew McIntyre and Madcap. I'm going Drew McIntyre. We have the Usos versus the Viking Experience. No, I'm just kidding. The Viking Raiders. I have the Usos, Miz and Rey Mysterio. I'm going Miz. Down here, I forgot to give my predictions. I'm going Roman. I am going Seth. I'm going Becky. I'm going Ronda and Naomi. Seems like everybody from the left is going to win, huh? And yeah, that's pretty much all I got for the Randy Orton and Seth Rollins match. Good, phenomenal main event. We had Alpha Academy come out and make the interruption, costing Randy Orton the match, allowing Seth to hit a hellacious curb stop cut, shall we? Power slam, hold that. RKO. Then Alpha Academy comes out, like I said. Then Riddle comes out in his toga, starts fighting, gets clapped. And then Randy Orton goes out to save his buddy, gets clapped. And yeah, Seth hits the curb stop for the 1, 2, 3, bang, win. Thank you guys so much for watching. I give the main event a 8 out of 10 for a screwy finish. What else? Did I miss anything as far as the matches? I think I talked about everything. I gave the Alexa therapy sessions. I'll give those a 10 out of 10 because Alexa carried it technically. Her acting was like really good in those segments. Yeah. Overall tonight, Raw for the go away home show, 7 out of 10. They could have done more to make the specific people in the chamber matches look stronger. And what I mean by that is they could have did a little bit more with this. This was handled perfectly. That was handled perfectly. But like the men's chamber match could have been done a little bit differently. Rollins winning here made sense to me. But just the way that they had the promo open up the show, that just doesn't sit well with me, man. There was like, it really just didn't really make much sense to me. And then the fact that Alpha Academy doesn't have a match as of right now on the Elimination Chamber card is kind of criminal. Because I thought they were going to face RK Bro again, but I guess they're going to save that. Because Riddle's in the chamber match, so it makes sense. But, like, you know what I mean? Like, they could have had Alpha Academy, you know, they could have saved this match that they had with the Street Profits tonight. And they could have faced them at the chamber match. I lied, actually. The Street Profits didn't even fight Alpha Academy tonight. They fought freaking the Dirty Dogs. But what I'm saying is, let's say somehow Street Profits got the W because Ciampa cost the Dirty Dogs the match. Then they could have had Alpha Academy defend the titles against the Street Profits, even if it was a one-off, and then just kind of go from there. So that was just my 2 cents. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree with anything. That's fine. Comment down below your thoughts, feedback, concerns for the show, or anything you'd like to see moving forward. And, yeah. Peace out.